This is the Freesky Alaska Range full suspension dual battery fat tire e-bike, and it feels like a bit of a beast at 92 pounds, but it should still be a fun ride. All right, let's see how fast this thing goes. I'm going to use throttle only first. It is kind of a weird left thumb throttle, but not a huge deal. Feels like it's already cutting out right around 20, so gets there pretty quick, and I am on level 5, so should be giving me the maximum. It does want to cut out on and off right around 18 to 20, so that's about all I'm getting there. Now I'll start pedaling and see what it goes up to then. Not putting a ton of effort into it just yet, but still going 20, and there is a bit of a headwind, so that could have some effect, but it was just going faster to get this point, so I'm not sure what happened. And the derailleur needs some adjustment. If I'm in fastest gear in the rear, it wants to skip, so I'll bump that back down, but it's not wanting to go over 20 at the moment. Okay, I just hit the throttle while I was pedaling, let off, and now it's going fast again, so not sure what was going on there, but now I'm up to 27, 28, start pedaling faster, see if I can hit 30. There it is. 30 miles an hour with some effort being put in. Coasting downhill, hitting 36, 37. All right, I'm coming up to the steepest hill on a road around here, so we'll see how it handles. Going up something this steep, I'm sure it will slow down. Might have to shift down and try to keep it moving to the top. Try to help it out a little bit. Oh, doesn't like to be shifted in the lowest or highest gear, but it's pulling pretty well, 15 miles an hour up this pretty steep grade. Now I'm trying it on throttle only, and we're slowing down all the way to 7. I don't think it's gonna make it. Not quite enough power to pull this one off without pedaling. I'm on some trails now, gonna see how it handles. Going off-road a little bit. Got some roots, mud, snow, a little bit of everything, so see how she goes. Oh, I bumped it down into 3rd power for a little more control. Time to test out that full suspension over the roots, let it soak that up. And just ran into the first problem. The kickstand fell apart here. Lost that piece, so that's not gonna work anymore. Nice downhill section here. Pop off the roots a little bit. I can definitely feel the weight there. Let's see how it does climbing back up this. I did bump it into level 5 just to get the maximum power out of it, and getting it done. Definitely still putting a good amount of effort in to try to help that motor though. Okay, the battery is showing that it's very low. I did not get the chance to charge it very much, but it was about half to 3/4, and it's already 1 bar left, so I'm gonna save that for the ride home. This thing must have cruise control because it is just cruising at 28, and I didn't do anything to set it there. I wonder how you actually set that up. There is a cruise control icon showing up there. I'm just not sure how I got it to work. It went into cruise control a few times without me actually trying to, so I definitely recommend finding out how it does that to make sure you don't do it accidentally. I'm in our woods now, going to try to ride something a bit more technical, see how it handles. It is really slippery, so probably gonna have to let some air out of the tires. I did unfortunately just break the rear fender. I was just getting on the bike and caught it with my leg, so bit of a bummer there. Okay, I let some air out and I'm rolling up to a few rocks. Test that full suspension. The front feels quite a bit softer than the rear. How about a bit of a tech climb here? Rock and then a tight turn. Oh, quite tight on this. Gonna have to use some throttle there to power out of that one. And back through the rocks. Now for a trials tricky line. Wow, went way faster than I wanted to right there. Wanted to try the fakie and then roll out of it. Come on, power. Had to use the throttle once again to get up that one. Now for the big drop test. It's about as big as I want to go on this bike. Wasn't too bad. One thing I'm struggling with right now is the brakes. This might be hard to show on camera, but the first time you pull it in, it goes almost all the way to the bar. The next time it's further out. Next time it's further out yet. I'm trying to use about the same force. So it seems like it's building up inside. Feels like probably a bad bleed. Maybe there's some air in there, but it definitely makes them a challenge to use. Let me see if I can bunny hop this thing. Oh yeah, got in the air. I bottomed out the shock pretty hard too though. Let's see how it handles some deeper snow. Well, this is actually packed by a snowmobile, so I'm able to stay on it and cruise pretty fast, no issues. Okay, no idea if this drift is gonna hold me, but find out. Oh wow, I'm up and I'm over the drift. That was pretty surprising. Okay, I really didn't think that I was going to make it through this, but it's firm enough right now. I just found the horn. With such a big light, I had to come out at night and see how it looks. It's a bit of a weird shape that it actually illuminates. It's not all that large for the size of the light. The brightness is decent, but I'd say the shape and the flood is not perfect, so probably get you where you need to go, but it's a little bit weird riding on trails. You definitely still want a head-mounted light as well. Here's the true test. Can I ride this skinny with only this light? Barely. Really hard to see. It's quite a bit better on the road. It's probably good enough if you're just cruising around. Overall, this bike probably rides the best of the bikes that I've tested in this category of electric rear hub motor, commuter, hybrid, almost wannabe mountain bikes, but it is also the most expensive. You do get a double crown fork, which is a first on a bike like this for me. It doesn't have the best feel and it tops out pretty harsh, but that is to be expected at this price point, and it does help to make the bike feel more solid overall. The shock is pretty basic, but it is stiff and slow enough that it does not bounce up and down when you're pedaling, unlike the last bike that I tried that was similar to this one. The dual battery is a unique feature that I did not benefit from. My rides were short, so it was really just dead weight, but I was able to bunny hop it higher than I expected at least. But if you were looking for a long range, having that extra battery might come in handy. The rest of the components were pretty standard for a bike like this, including a seat post that was not quite long enough for me at 6 feet tall. I did end up breaking both fenders, but that was my fault. So other than that, the kickstand, and some dirty forks, it held up to the little bit of abuse that I put it through. If you want to find out more about this bike, you can check out the link in the description below.